Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm going to show you my new binder lineup. I have added 3 binders to the total. I've jigged things around. Let's see how we're going to do this. I have jigged things around. Things are going to be they're going to look a little bit different. It's going to take me a while to get used to, or maybe not a while, but yeah. All right, so I've got 2 piles. Let's zoom out a little bit more. All right, so I've got this pile, which are all my savings challenges. And then I have this pile, which are my sinking funds. All right. We'll do the savings challenges first. All right, so nothing much has changed in here. So a couple of things have changed though. Let me just make sure you can see everything. All right. This is a Kiki K binder. It was given to me a very long time ago by one of my planner friends, Susie. And it was a planner. It had, it was called? Undated. It was an undated vertical planner. I was using it, and then I wasn't going to throw the binder out because these, obviously, you keep the binders and then you buy the refillables. But I decided to just use it as my savings challenges. So I've got all different savings challenges on the side. And if you didn't see my last cash stuffing, I'll just give you a quick flip through because a few things have changed. I've taken out some challenges, but with the new envelopes that I've gotten, binder reshuffle, I've added a couple more, but they're not challenges that I'm going to. They're more feeder challenges, and I'll explain what I mean by that. So first we've got the 26 week, which is actually 25 envelope challenge. This whole amount's going to go to my debt. Then I've got my $5 challenge and my $10 challenge. These are both from Flo and Ellie. They come in a pack of 2. And this one here, the $10 one, is going to go towards debt. This one, I'm not sure. It might not. Then I've got this scratch challenge from Carly Prince Studio. They're so cute, the Highland cows. They're a set of 12. I'm on my second one. So this is just going to be reallocated throughout my binders, my sinking funds, wherever it's needed. Then I've got this one, which is from the Art of Budgeting. Again, it's going to be reallocated throughout my sinking funds. This one is, I had to flip. So there's a birthdays envelope here, but I had to flip it. Once I'm done with this, I am going to flip it back, and then birthdays, Christmas, and vacation are going to become feeder challenges. So what I mean by that is they're going to be small challenges. For example, Christmas, each tree is worth $10. Once I've completed this challenge, it's going to be put straight into my Christmas binder or my Christmas envelope. So these 3 in particular are just going to be feeder. This one here is each aeroplane is going to be $2.50. I haven't written it in, but so they're smaller. They're going to be smaller sinking funds, but they're not small enough to put in my mini challenges. I hope that makes sense. Then we've got the winter fashion. This is like a seasonal one, and then my 300. Both of these are from Boss Girl Budgets. The seasonal one is every 3 months. This one obviously is not every 3 months, but hopefully I get to finish it soon. But so yeah, and those 2 get reallocated in my sinking funds. So that's my first savings challenge binder. This one used to be my events. Sorry if my tips are black. I dyed my hair. So they're a little bit black. Anyway, this used to be my old events binder. It's a B6. It used to be Mumsy and Bub. Then that shop's no longer open. It is a bigger, it's a bigger planner where it's just wider, really. The A6 almost as tall but not as wide. But this one is going to be my yearly challenges. So any challenge that I want to complete over a year, but I won't reallocate straight away. I'm going to finish them all by the end of the year, then I'll do a big, huge reallocation. Most likely, most of this I'm going to do. I want to reach my goal with this money. I want to reach my goal for my emergency fund. I might use some of it to pay off debt. I might put some towards other savings. I'm not sure yet, but definitely it will get me to my goal for this year was to reach $1,500 in emergency. This is definitely going to cover that. So first I have my Friday challenge. I'm way behind, you can see that, but my goal is to hopefully with my golden paycheck I'm going to catch up. The plan was to use any tax return and my balancing, my family tax A and B balancing, but I counted the chickens before they hatched, basically, and I'm getting 0 from my tax return because any extra tax I paid has basically been gone on top of my HEX. So the good thing about this is that my HEX debt has gone down $2,500. I think the total amount, the compulsory amount I had to pay was $2,469. So whatever extra I was paying on tax, it's gone there. Last year, that extra money I got back. I think because this year I did estimate the same as last financial year, I'll be earning $68,000. I actually earned $71,500 this year, this last financial year, so 23, 24. And that pushed me, I guess, over. I really don't know. Anyway, it's gone. That's where it went. It didn't just disappear to the tax man. It went back to the government, on HEX. But that will be seen in my next debt update. And as for the my family tax A and B, I usually get about $1,500. I shot myself in the foot because what happened was I underestimated my earnings. That means when they balanced it, they obviously got paid more than what they were meant to pay me, earning on the $71,500. And I didn't get as much back. I am getting about $480 back, or maybe $450 back. Yeah, I think it's $450 I'm getting back. However, my plan was to give $1,000 to the other twin. One of the twins got $1,000 last year's end of financial year for his car. I promised the same for this twin. Obviously, you can't just do for one and not the other. So it's all going to go to my twin. I also did a cash advance on family tax A and B. So family tax is essentially, which is a government pay, because I have one dependent and I have him full time. That's why I get this extra little bit of money. So I had to, because I was expecting at least $1,500. I thought, $1,000, because even though my tax, I wasn't getting anything, I thought, I'll get $1,500 from family tax benefit, $1,000 I'll give to James, and I'll just cash stuff $500. Well, it didn't plan out like that. So moral of the story is, don't count your chickens before they hatch. That's what I've learned. Anyhow, moving right along, I've also got this yearly challenge from Aesthetic Aussie Dollar. I'm way behind in this too. I've got April, most of May and June to do, and then we've got July. So I want to catch up on this. This is very important because I need to finish this so I can reach my goal. And then I've also moved the quarter challenge from Budget Down Under to the back here because I'm not going to stuff until the end of the year. I need to catch up with this one too. I've got a lot of catch up basically. So there's going to be a lot of belt tightenings. There's going to be a lot, maybe a lot of reallocation. So from mini savings challenges, maybe I'll see. So that's what this one is. Then if you've been following along, you know I did a Tiny Tuesday for the first time last week. I've got extra challenges here. 5 envelope mini amounts, very achievable quick wins basically. 2 envelopes are for my debt. I've got emergency, Christmas and sinking funds. The debt ones are going to remain, so is emergency. Christmas and the sinking funds might be changed. It just depends on the move. This bind is from Temu actually. It's very cheap. I think it was like $7. Very cheap. And then last but not least, my year of savings from WorkSchool Budgets. This is the Flower Series Savings Challenges. Every month there's a different birth flower. I am thinking of starting this. The first challenge in July is a $150 challenge. Don't know if I'm going to start off the July, but I think in August I'm going to start. It's only $5. I figured why not. And then when I finish it, it'll be the middle of the year. So, yeah. So that's this one. I did an unboxing of all Happy Mail, and this was one of them. I moved it into this PVC clear binder, and this was also from Temu. I think this was like $4 when I got it. It does the job. So this is going to be on its own. Yeah. Okay, moving right along. My first binder, this one binder I bought from Pretty Peach Budgeting. And it's all Pretty Peach budgeting envelopes. This is going to be my bills / savings binder. I had some savings envelopes stuck just randomly. Honestly, some of my binders were just random stuff together, and that's okay. That's not a bad thing. When you're starting out in particular, I know when I started out, I didn't have all these binders. I didn't even have binders, to be honest with you. I had envelopes, white envelopes that you buy from Kmart. And I just wrote out so what I wanted. And I didn't have all these different categories. For example, for my house envelope, it wasn't broken down in different house categories. It was just a house envelope. Anything to do with a house, it was coming out of that envelope. So house insurance, house maintenance, just anything excess, anything to do with house. Same as the car. I only had one envelope for car, and that was insurance, that was car maintenance, car registration. Everything came out of that one envelope. So when you're starting off, I would recommend you start off basic, and then you can expand on that. That's what I've done. But then I guess it depends on how your brain works, you know, how you compartmentalize. I can't say that word. You know, if you want basic because that's how your brain works and that's what you need to understand at the start, then do that. I don't want to. I'm not showing this to say, oh, I've got all these binders, because it's not that. It's just that as I'm budgeting, I'm finding that I need more envelopes, or I need to separate my car, that one envelope, or to separate my house, etc., etc. So I never had a bills binder. My bills, electricity, gas, and water, usually I pay fortnightly straight to the company. But what I wanted to do, and I'm going to continue doing that, but what I wanted to do is start building a buffer, because bills are going up. I don't know if I'm going to have enough for my electricity. So I want to make sure I have enough. So when the bill comes, I've got this backup that, oh, I'm missing $200. I'll take it out and put it towards that bill. Same for gas, same for water. So I want to make sure that when the bill arrives, whatever I've put in every fortnight, if it doesn't cover that particular bill for that period, then I can dip into these envelopes and pull out whatever I need to make up the difference. I'd never had a subscriptions envelope either. I want to start saving for that because this year 2 of my subscriptions came out of my credit card and I didn't have the money to put it back. Therefore, my credit card went back up. So I want to make sure when those subscriptions come out of my credit card, I've got the money there to put straight back. HEX, pretty self-explanatory. Those that aren't from Australia, HEX is a government student loan. I want to pay this off. I think now that $2,500 went on my HEX for this end of this financial year, I want to see if I can pay a good chunk of it off by the end of next year. But what I've also done is I've stopped that extra withdrawal of my extra tax. I want to see if I can save it up. So if I botch it, then I'm gonna know. But this is gonna be a test to see if my budgeting skills are where I think they are. So I'm going to start putting aside money for my HEX so I can pay the compulsory repayment. Snowball, again, I'm paying down debt. Any extra money I will put in here. At the end of the month, I want to put it on my debt. I know some people wait until they have 1,000 or 500 or whatever have you, and then they pay it off. I don't want to do that. I'd rather pay, especially because I'm paying interest. If I wasn't paying interest, it'd be a different story. But while I'm paying interest, I want to bring that interest down. So that's that. Emergency, again, is pretty self-explanatory. I've got some emergency. I want to reach it to a 1,500. Now, time off, because I work overtime, when I take holidays, so when I'm on annual leave, I know I get leave loading, but I want to make sure that when I'm off work, I have the same amount to budget and not less. Because when any overtime I do, I get paid double. And I want to make sure I've got the money in here. My aim is to get it to 500. Even more, but we're going to start off with 500 or even 250. I've got leave coming up at end of January, February, and I'm anticipating I'm going to need, I don't even know how much I'm going to need. I haven't had just my base salary paid to me in a very long time because I've been doing overtime, I think, for 2 years now. So that's what this is for. Then again, my savings, James, Christian, Dre's savings. For the boys in particular, I want to save, I don't know, when they get married or when they move out, I want to be able to give them something to start off with. I'm not going to tell them that I'm saving for them, but whatever I can save for them would be great. I mean, I'm not expecting to save $10,000 each after by the end of the year. I mean, these are going to be a slow burner, these three, especially because I've got debt to pay off. So yeah, and this is just a debt tracker from Budgie Budgets. It was given to me as a freebie. Well, it was part of the giveaway that I won. So I've got to work out how much each petal is going to be, or how much each petal and center will be, and then we'll go from there, and I'll start colouring that in. So that's my bills and savings binder. The envelopes also were from Pretty Peach Budgeting. If you're wondering, any other questions, please don't hesitate. Now, the next binder, again, is from Pretty Peach Budgeting, and this is my wellness binder. So anything to do with health, anything to do with making you feel good, necessities, anything like that is in here. So some of these envelopes are old, but I didn't replace all my envelopes. Eventually I will do that, but for now these will do. So my first one is medical. I just want to have something in there in case, like, for example, if I go to a private hospital emergency, I'm going to have to pay $400. My insurance is not going to cover that. No insurance covers that. So I want to be able to have it there in case it's something urgent. And I do have private health insurance, but, obviously public hospitals, the wait is horrendous. So sometimes I don't want to wait. So I don't want my kids to have to wait. So that's what this is for. Then I've got health insurance. Actually, this also medical is for the excess for the health insurance. That's also what it is. Health insurance, the aim for this envelope that's never been used is for me to be able to save enough for an annual payment and not pay every month. I would love to be able to do that because when I pay monthly, I pay a little bit extra, like a surcharge. Next is optical dental. I've just got them in one envelope. Even orthodontics I'll probably include in this. And this is what I'm talking about. Some people will divide it up. They'll have one for dental, one for orthodontics, one for optical. I've got it all together. Then we've got haircuts. This is for me. My sons get their own haircuts. My oldest son cuts my youngest son's hair, so I don't have to worry about that. Clothing is for me and my youngest. Beauty is for me. Self-care. So beauty is more beauty products, and self-care is more like massages, anything like that. I don't know, massages, what else? Facials, things like that. Besties envelope is, I like to put money away if I go away with my besties or when we go out to dinner. It hasn't happened in a while, but you never know. Planning is for my planners, so my budget planner, my yearly planner, any planning accessories. Like eventually I want to have enough in there where I can buy things from Etsy and not have to stress how am I going to pay for it. So, and then Luck's pretty self-explanatory. I'd like to say this is going to be a very slow burner. Eventually I'd like to buy a nice purse, maybe on my 50th birthday just to treat myself. I think that's a 3,000. All right. So all these envelopes are from Cash Queens Australia. She's still around if you're interested. And the next pink binder, this used to be my, a car house binder. It still is. This is just a bank envelope. Don't mind that. This still is my car binder and my house binder. So car registration, car insurance, this is for car maintenance. Then we've got house. This is for house rates. Landscaping. I need to take this out actually. This is for, I'm going to do it now. For my garden, my guy that comes mows my lawn and does what he does. Furniture for the house. I still have my coffee. I need to bump this up. I've run out of coffee pots completely. This is for my coffee machine. I buy pods. Pets, because they're part of the house. Technology, part of the house. YouTube, it's kind of part of the house, but it's not. Moving expenses, and I've got Costco in the back because I decided not to save for Costco anymore. But you never know, I might use it again. So that binder really hasn't changed. The only thing that's changed, I think I took out some, what did I take out? I think I took out clothing. I'm not sure, just a few of those wellness categories. Now, my purple binder used to be savings, emergency binder, snowball. Now it's become my new events binder. And these envelopes are new. They're from Budget. So purple, I wanted to match it to the purple binder. So this is my events binder, including birthdays. So it's my birthday, James's birthday, Christian's, and Drace's birthday. So they're my kids. Then I've got a general birthdays gifts. I used to have a separate one for my my brother and his family's birthdays. I had one for the girlfriends, and it was just too many envelopes. So this is just a general one. If I can get this, the aim is to get this to $300-400 and then leave it at that. And then as I use it, I top it up. Then I've got Easter. Then we've got Mother's Day. I never had a Mother's Day envelope, believe it or not, never. And I thought, well, I don't buy myself a gift, but if I want to, I could. But also, I like to go out to dinner for Mother's Day or lunch with my kids. So this is what this is for, basically, to pay for that lunch or dinner. Then we've got Halloween. Didn't have a Halloween either, but my youngest son likes to dress up, and for the last 2 years we've bought costume, and it's come out of my spending or come out of the credit card or whatever have you. So I want to be prepared this year. Then we've got Black Friday. And then I've kept this Christmas envelope, which has my kids' Christmas present. That's what this envelope is. Then I've got this Christmas envelope, which is, and you know what, I want to put it like this, which is everyone else and food and drinks, all the additions to my kids' Christmas presents, basically. Then I've got envelope for Boxing Day. School holidays, didn't have one for this, but very important because you can't do things when you don't, on school holidays, when you don't have money, really. And then I've got these 2 envelopes from Boss Girl Budgets. This one's the Royal Show. So this is for the fete that my community has, my council holds once a year at the beginning of the year, and also for the Melbourne show. So next school holidays, it's the Royal Melbourne show. I've got 10 weeks to save for this. I want to go this year. I want to take at least my youngest son. I don't know, my oldest will come along. They might. Who knows? And then I've got an envelope for my trip that I want to take to Italy. It will, I don't know when that's going to happen. It will happen when it happens. So those 2 are old and this one too, but the rest are all new envelopes from Budgie Budgets. Love them. They're such good quality. And then last but not least, and I'm running out of battery in my phone, this is my work/school folder. It's no new categories. It's what it was before. So we've got my work uniform. I do get supplied with my work uniform. This is mainly for my shoes and sometimes the pants. I don't like the pants from work, so I'll get an extra pair of pants. Work events such as birthdays. We have a Kris Kringle, although the Christmas one I can just take from that. But I wanted to separate that. I don't need a lot. I need, as long as I have $50-60 in here, that's fine at a time. So education are the costs, the school fees, camp excursions, school events such as discos, raffles, etc., Mother's Day stall, etc., school uniform. Also, this includes photos, school uniform and childcare. So this has really condensed. I had other like Lux in here. I had other random, but now it's strictly school and work. And that is my binder lineup, my new binder setup, all the any new categories. I have some, the rearrangement of all my binders. But like I said before, if you're starting out, start simple and then expand on that. I started off many years ago budgeting. I started off with, like I said, blank envelopes, and I had written on them. And then I moved on to making my own envelopes. Let me show you what I'm talking about. So I made envelopes like this, and I started using those. And then we moved on to these ones I moved on to. And yeah, and then I am where I am now. But don't feel overwhelmed. I do plan on making a video on how to start a budget. I've been asked a few times. I just haven't had the time, but I will make time to do that. But thank you for watching. Thank you for anyone who's subscribed. Thank you for all the comments, all the love, all the likes, all of everything, the support. It means the world to me. It's such an amazing community. And I'll see you in my next video. Bye.